What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's TechnoTuner, and today we're going to be doing something a little more special than what we usually do with our deck profiles and test hands. I have a couple other ideas coming down the pipe. I'm just trying to work them in. But for today, we're going to be taking a look at a fresh box opening of Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem. This is just a cool set I picked up from my locals, and I just wanted to go ahead and open it and show it with you guys and see what you guys think. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, first off, this whole set is actually really cool to me, mainly because we finally get our own chibi arts for a lot of the actual, for some of the actual infamous creatures and monsters in the game. So right off bat, we got Drak Giganato, Drak Impact, Primite Drill Beam, Jaruri Punk, Dangerous Gabu, and King of the Feral Imps. One thing I do want to bring out is, I don't know if it can be seen on the camera, but there's a little emblem in the text box for certain of these. Punks is one of them. I believe Orcust is another, and then there's one final one. But that's off to a decent start with the Primite Drill Beam, at least. All right, up next, we got Necroz's Kaleidoscope, Rectin, Dragon Ruler of Pebbles is our secret rare. Then we got House Dragon Maid, Fabled Realms Revival. Now this is an actual cool field spell that makes it a lot more fun to play Fabled Dark World. When its card's activated, set one Fabled spell or trap from your deck except Fabled Revival's Realm. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you sync or summon a Fabled Synchro monster. Once per turn, you can discard one Fabled card, then activate one of these effects. You can draw one card or special summon a Fabled monster from your graveyard or banishment. So basically, it's kind of like Gates of the Dark World, but for Fabled. Up next, we got S38 Titanic Galaxy. I like the actual rank up of it. It does make it a 4,500 beater, but I don't like how it just basically stops it from being like the spell, eat, negate sort of deal. All right, on to our third pack. We got another Drak Giganato, a Automatopoeia. Speaking of a chibi art, okay, we got one. We got Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This is actually a really cool chibi art that I'm more than likely going to put into my Galaxy Eyes deck. I am working on that for you guys, so hopefully we'll see that here in upcoming weeks. Then we got Dragon Maid Downtime. This is where the other stamp came from. So if you can see here down at the bottom, that's where it is. And then we got Dogmatica Maximus. All right. Next, we have number S37 Spider Shark, True King's Return as a secret rare, Punk Jam Extreme Session, which is one of the newer cards, I believe. Once per turn, you can banish one Punk card from your graveyard, special summon one Punk monster from your hand. If a psychic monster you control paid life points to activate its effect, you draw one card. That's actually really good for that deck for a field spell. We got Gem Knight Aquamarine and then Drak Megalo. This is basically, if you control a dinosaur, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the main phase, you can discard 2 cards, including a Drak card, then draw 2 cards. If this card is destroyed by our card effect, you can send one Drak monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard except Drak Megalo. You can use each effect of Drak Megalo once per turn. That's actually a really good card for it as well. All right, on to the next one. Let's see. We got Unchained Soul of Anguish, S37 Spider Shark. Ooh, Gem Knight Master Diamond Dispersion. During the main phase, oh, sorry, it's kind of out of focus. Let's see here. Can I bring that up? Ooh, it's too much going on. Don't understand this. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. It's a lot better. Gem Knight, Master Diamond Dispersion. During the main phase, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard. Special summon up to 3 non-rock gem monsters with different names from your extra deck and or graveyard, ignoring their summon conditions. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except fusion monsters. When your Gem Knight fusion monster is destroyed by battle while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card. That's actually really nice for the Gem Knight cards into itself. Here's where I was meaning by Orcus and their little emblem down here. That is really nice to see a reprint of Babel, especially in a higher rarity. I personally like playing Orcus. I have a fun deck that I came up with called Osha. It's Orcus Synchron Horus Adventure. It's a fun pile that gets to do a lot of things. All right, on to the next one. We have Scrap Garage, Absorb Fusion. I believe that is our secret rare. Yep. Nightmare Phoenix. Okay. Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders. And Gem Armadillo. All right. This box does contain only 24 packs, but each of the packs are only 5 cards, so it's going to be a lot less cards per pack, but you are getting, of course, ultra rares and secret rares as your cards. Okay, we got Twin Pillars of Ice. Dirac Velfito. This is an old Dirac card. I do know that much. We got True Draco Apocalypse as our ultra secret? No, that's a secret. It just doesn't look like it. The foiling's off. That's weird. Okay. Unkone or Ukiyo-e Punk Rising Carp as an ultra. And then another Dogmatica Maximus. I know you guys can't see this, but usually with the secret rares, the foiling is a little bit different. The only reason why I knew it was a secret is because the Apocalypse, or the name here, is actually in silver letters, not gold, which is a bit weird because usually the foiling makes it a little bit sparklier, a little bit more standing out than usual. All right, on to the next pack. We have DD Scale Surveyor. Another Master Diamond Dispersion. Holy crap. Ooh, okay. So this is Chamber's Dragon form. So Dragon Main Chamber had a dragon form before this, but now they incorporated it into the actual set, which actually makes it really interesting. Her effect is Dragon Fusion monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Dragon Maid Chambra once per turn. You can discard this card, special summon one Dragon Maid monster from your graveyard or banishment, except this one. At the end of the battle phase, you return this card to your hand, and if you do, special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Ooh, Fabled Gamajin. He's really cool. I like him. He's probably going to be a 2-of in the actual Fabled deck. We did see the last card, which is Aquamarine, but Fabled Gamajin, which is really good. Your opponent cannot target other Fabled Synchro monsters you control with card effects. You can only use each of the following effects, which is if it's Synchro Summon, you can special summon one Fabled monster from your hand or deck. If this card is sent to the graveyard, draw cards equal to the number of Fabled Synchro monsters you control, then discard one. So if you have a Fabled board set up and you end up using him as a tuner and another, and you say you have 2 or 3 Fabled monsters on board that are Synchros, you can draw 3, discard 1, or draw 2, discard 1. It's really great just to get some card advantage and trigger off some Fabled items. Unfortunately, that effect is a hard once per turn, but it's still a lot better than most of the Fabled effects. All right. Next pack. Let's see here. We have Direct Velo. Gem Knight Ruby. Another True Draco Apocalypse. Okay. Orchestrate Return. I love that. And Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders. Okay, apparently I am to go back to my old True Draco roots. For those that didn't know, I joined in right around as Pendulum started. And I didn't get to play competitively until the True Draco format. I was playing Black Wings for a long time, but I really did love Black Wings during that time because of Assault Blackwing. However, it didn't go very well for me and a lot of my locals. All right, up next in this pack, we have Heraldic Beast Unicorn. Galaxy Journey is our secret rare. We have a Laundry Dragon Maid with that fancy emblem. 2-for-1 Repair Job. Banish one Dark Machine monster from your graveyard. Special summon one monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard that mentions Engine Token. If a face-up Dark Machine monster you control is sent to the graveyard except by battle, while his card is in your graveyard, You can banish this card, special summon 1 engine token. In attack position, you can only use one effect. Use 2-for-1 job effect per turn, and only once that turn. And then we got another number S38 Titanic Galaxy. All right, we're almost halfway done with the box, but who knows? We might be able to pull one of the new rarities, or well, I shouldn't say new. It's an old rarity coming back that a lot of people liked. So we got Gem Knight Alexandrite, Revelation of Hope, Dirac Astro. Okay, this is a cool one. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can set 1 Dirac spell from your deck or graveyard. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you banish 2 dinosaurs from your graveyard, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster or monsters. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish 2 Dirac monsters from your graveyard, including this card, special summon 1 Dirac Meteor from your extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro Summon. Wow, okay. That's kind of busted. That just enables a field nuke. Woo. Up next, we got World Legacy, World Crown, and Magic, Thunder of Judgment. All right. Sorry if my setup's a little clunky for you guys. Just trying to go with what feels more comfortable. Gem Knight Ruby in this one. All right. Dynamite Knight, the true Draco fighter. Once again, in secret. I don't understand that. All right. Kitchen Dragon Maid. It's a cool one. Drac Megalo for that Dirac deck. And then 2-for-1 repair job. All right. Moving right along. We're starting on the second half. So far, we've only gotten 1 chibi art out of the box. And we're going to take a look. Okay, we got Nekroz Divine Mirror. Scrap Garage, Gem Knight Dispersion. Okay. This one is activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of Gem Knight Dispersion once per turn. Fusion summon 1 Gem Knight monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Up to 2 monsters from your deck or extra deck can be used if they are non-rock Gem Knight monsters and you have a Gem Knight Fusion in your graveyard. Add 1 gem monster from your deck or banishment to your hand. Also, any effect damage your opponent takes during the main phase is halved this turn. That's actually really good, but at the same time, it kind of stops, I feel like, the Gem Knight deck from really OTKing. But then again, it could just be a different version. Then we got Dragon Maid Changeover and Gem Armadillo. All right, on to the next one. We got Gem Knight Master Diamond. I'm sorry. I love this guy. It's just funny to me that we pulled a Dispersion and then got Master Diamond. Must first be Fusion Summoned. Gains 100 attack for each gem monster in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can banish 1 level 7 or lower Gem Knight Fusion monster from your graveyard until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name. Also replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Ooh! Speaking of Diracs from earlier, we got the alter art for Dirac Meteor. If this card is Synchro Summon, destroy all cards on the field. Then you can special summon 1 tuner from your graveyard. So that makes it very helpful. It just enables another board wipe when he's summoned. Dang. He just takes a Dirac tuner and 2 or more dinosaurs. Then we got a Parlor Dragon Maid and Bat Forest Ninja. If a face-up card is in a field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Bat the Forest Ninja once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, add Fairy Tale Prologue, Journey's Dawn. And Fairy Tale Prologue, Journey's Dawn is in your field or graveyard. You can add 1 light beast monster from your deck to your hand. You can use this effect of Bat the Forest Ninja once per turn. That's actually really good, especially for those people that are wanting to play Ancient Fairy, as him plus the new field spell basically gets you any of the Ancient Fairy stuff that you really want. As long as it's a light beast, I believe. Yep, light beast, so that gets you your Regulus. Then Gem Knight Citrine. Alright, let's take a look and hope we can get something good out of this one. We got a Heraldry Reborn for all those Heraldic players. Another Twin Pillars of Ice. Chibi Honest. Wow. Okay, that's actually really cool looking. Holy crap. All right. Then we got Juri, Punk Madame Spider, and Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms. Wow, okay. And yes, for all those people in the comments that are probably going to flame me for this, I do sleeve them. I just don't have any sleeves with me right now. I will have them sleeved up later on. Gem Knight Prismura for the next pack, though. Starting off strong. Alter Art of Necros of Trishula. That looks sick. Like, wow. Okay, World Legacy World 1 for those Orcus players. Gem Knight Lazuli. And a triple tactics talent. I'm kind of curious with this if they're going to end up reprinting, or not reprinting, but allowing it to go back to 2, since not many people are playing it now, since it's at 1. But that's, I guess, a personal point of view. All right, Drac Velfito for this next one. Labyrinth Wall. Gem Knight Hollow Core. You can send one Gem Knight normal monster or Gem Knight fusion from your deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Gem Knight fusion monster. Quick effect, you can banish 3 Gem Knight cards from your graveyard, including this card. Negate that effect, then all Gem Knight monsters you currently control, gain 1000 attack. Wow, okay, that's nuts. You can use each effect of Gem Knight Hollow Core once per turn. So basically turns it from an OTK deck more into of a beater. Wow, that's aggressive. Okay, then we got Dragon Maid Xiao. And Call of the Earthbound. When opponent's monster declares attack, you could choose the target of the attack. So you can redirect it into a monster you want to be hit. All right, going into this, let's see what we get. Ice Doll Mirror. All right. Okay, I'm just going to state this for the record. I bought 2 boxes prior to this, and we didn't pull any Gem Knight Master Diamond Dispersions. What the heck? You only play him at 1. Okay. Punk Jam Dragon Drive. That awesome emblem. Also, is this different art? I feel like it is. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Punk card or Synchro Summon, you can pay 600 life points. Take 1 level 3 Psychic monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to your graveyard. If your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your Punk card or effect activation, while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Punk Jam Dragon Drive once per turn. Heraldic Beast Amber Conway and Necros Cycle. Still yet to see a Blue Eyes. Then we got Wonko, Noble Knight of the Forest. Necros Kaleidoscope. Another Galaxy Journey. House Dragon Maid. Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. It's great recovery for your True Draco decks. All right. DD Extra Surveyor. This is one of the new DDD cards, which is actually pretty nice. You can discard this card, add 1 face-up DD Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand except Surveyor. If this card is banished, you can banish the top card of your opponent's deck equal to the number of face-up Pendulum monsters in your extra deck. Then you can make 1 DD monster you control, gain 200 attack for each card banished. It's a nice way to boost. Face-up monster card your opponent controls is destroyed by a battle or card effect. You target 1 DD monster. You control, banish 2 cards from your Pendulum zones, and if you do, that monster can make a second attack during each battle phase. During each battle phase this turn. Okay. You can use each effect of DD Surveyor once per turn. We got a Lordly Load. This card is nuts because it is basically already being seen as being bought out right now. For those that don't know what Lordly Load does, when this card is activated, add one Primite card from your deck to your hand except Primite Lordly Load. You can declare one normal monster card. Name, special summon one declared normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard in defense position. Also, you cannot activate the effects of the special summon monsters on the field this turn. You can use each effect of Primite Lordly Load once per turn. Normal monsters and Primite monsters you control gain 300 attack for each normal monster with different names in your graveyard. Just pretty nuts. World Legacy World Crown, and then Jirac Stego, along with Gem Knight Citrine. Stego is also the other part of the Megalo edition. It actually makes it really nice and simpler to climb up into synchros. All right, let's take a look and see what we get here. Fabled Behemoth. If this card is in your hand, you can discard 2 or more Fabled monsters, including this card. And if you do, special summon one Fabled Synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals the discarded monster's total original levels. This is treated as a Synchro summon. If a card is sent from your hand to the graveyard, well, this card is in your graveyard except during the damage step. You can banish this card, special summon one Fabled monster from your hand. You can only use each effect of Fabled Behemoth once per turn. Then we got the good old Dracaolo and Artifact Lancia. Orchest Harp Horror. And then another Bat the Forest Ninja. All right, we're down to our last 3 packs. Okay, let's see what we get. We get Ariel, Priestess of the Necros. Okay. Jirac Volcano. Okay. Haven't seen this card yet. During the main phase, you can destroy one dinosaur monster you control, and if you do, special summon one Jirac monster from your deck. If your opponent special summons a monster and they have activated 4 or more monster effects this turn, except during the damage step, you can special summon one Jirac meteor from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. If a Jirac monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish one dinosaur monster from your graveyard instead. Holy, okay. Just enable the field nuke, got it. We got a Longirsu, the Orchest Orchestrator, okay. Call of the Earthbound, sorry for the horrible lighting. And number 69, Heraldry Crest. All right. We got another Wonko, Noble Knights of the Forest. Ice Doll. Summon Sorceress is a secret rare. Which is weird. All my secrets are coming out with like ultra rare foiling here lately. That is really weird. Dragon Maid Hospitality. And another Jirac Megalo. All right. Final pack. We got one Gem Knight Phantom Quartz, one Gem Knight Lady Brilliant Diamond, which is our secret rare, Dragon Maid Ernest, Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms, and Necros of Colossus. All right. Overall, not bad, but not... I'll say that's better than most I've had out of 2 boxes prior. But if you guys like the actual box opening, let me know. I'll see if I can do more in the future as the new sets come out. For those that are interested, I did end up pulling a Chibi Honest. And then it was, if I remember correctly, the Chibi version of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which is really cool unto itself, which I think I put in the other stack. Yep, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. These 2 are really cool. They're going to go very well in my Galaxy Eyes deck. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?